Hi everyone, today I'm going to discuss about fragments inside the RAML. So fragments is a reusable component we can use for reusable purpose. So there is some multiple types of fragments we say like data types, threads, resources, libraries, examples, security schemas it is said. So let us one discuss one by one. So I just created one new API specification file with the demo 123. So name is there. If it is exist, it won't take. So I'm just going to do here one API specification here. So as usual, I will use version v1 is the default. I'll take this the protocols HTTPS. Now I'll use it as a simple students data. I will use it as an endpoint students data. So now I just need to use it. Yeah. I'm just going to create a one folder. That folder called data types. So the data types folder, I just create a new file. Here I will specify the data type. Okay, inside the data types. Basically, the data type we can use it for define. It is define the type of data, and it is used to it will be validate the data, right? So now I'm just using like I'll use the properties. So just I pass some name like name. It is a type string. I will use it and require true. Example, I'll use it as a basic name here. Okay, so now I just use one more field address. So the same thing I can use copy and paste here. There is some error. Here I can use Bangalore. So these are the properties. Okay, these are the properties I need to use it here in this main root file. Now I just use some get method. I just post. So there is post method. I can use it body application JSON, and I use type exclamatory include. I will use this path, copy path and paste here. Okay, now I'll give some response codes from here. Responses 200 success body. I'll use here application JSON. This example successful. So let us try here. So successfully I got a success response here. Now this is the data types. So data types basically it will be useful for define the type of data, and it will be validate the data. And other fragment is a threads. I'm just going to create one new folder here for threads. So threads, under the threads I'm just going to create a new file as a thread. So here the threads basically we can use it for pass response codes and as well as headers also. I will use the responses here. So for demo purpose, I just use only for the 200 response codes. So we can pass multiple response codes according to our requirement, and as well as headers also we can pass it. So I can use it here. Response code successfully fetched. I can use this one. And this trait I can use it here. This is the main root file. Here I can create the traits. As usually the trait would be again the name as name condition as a test. Exclamatory include. So I'll use that particular file. And if I want to call this particular folder here, particular response code here, so I just going to remove here because already I taken here in this traits RAML. So by using I'll use this is keyword here. Under the array I will pass the test. Now let us check that post method whether it is working or not. So as well as I'll send it this data. Now I just got a successful way fetched. So it is working fine. So now I'm just going to use some more here like resources. So resource types. It is a one type of fragment. It is also using for reusable component. So inside the resource, I'm just going to create one more file. So for resource type, I'll select. Basically, in the resource type, I can use the methods and response codes as well as I'll use the get method. And description, I'll use fetch the data. Here, responses, I will use it as 200. So body application JSON. So for this application JSON, I can use here. I will use that example, and here I'll use sample keyword here. Now I just going to create one more folder here for examples. Examples. It is one type of fragment example, so we can use the data in JSON format. Example under I'll create one more file. So just use that JSON file. Other I can give 200 response. So I can pass it here. So here status I would put as, so in the phrase in double quote I can give as a name as successful. Okay, these are the JSON. I just need to use it. Copy path inside the main root file, and before that I just use that particular resource types here. Resource type I'll use a test one. Okay, exclamatory include, and here I will pass it, and I will use one more endpoint, emp data employee data. I can use it. So now I will use that. Already I have used that methods in here. Get method and resource type. This I want to fetch it here in this particular main root file for employee data. So initially I need to take for the type, and here the below to the type I will write as a type 1. So then it will be taken from this folder, that response code whichever we have added. So sorry, this is not a response code here. So here we need to add that folder which are we created the resource type. So the copy path I'll use it here. Now once I use the test one here, sorry, test one here. So then what will happen? So it will be fetches data from this folder to here. Now I will use that keyword, so whichever I use here, the sample. So here in this one, I will use a sample. So I use exclamatory include. Now I will use that particular response code here. What are the response code we need to get? So now let us check for the employee data. Here I will try it and I'll check it for here. See, I got a successful 200 response code and I got a success response. Here we need to remember only one thing here. So whenever we just pass the resources types, so we can store under resource type like a methods and response codes. We can reuse it here, for endpoints. So here the endpoint, the particular examples data, we can able to get it from that example fragment. So we already created that example folder and we can fetch it data from here to get the response output. Now let us check with the mocking as well as. So I'll give that copy and I'll paste it here. So let us check here one by one. So like I just use that students data as the post method. So what are the response I can able to get? Post method. And what are the data I have followed here? So I used is type, data type, data types, data type, data type. So these are the things I need to fetch. Name, address. So I will use it name, address as a body. Bangalore. Okay. I'll use it. I got a success response. Now I'll try for that get method as well as get method. So method not found because I just use method not found. What is that happens here? So for this in this root file, yeah, because I just need to use this endpoint inside here. So instead of students data, I just need to use employee data. So employee data I have used. So I just got a successful response. So likewise, I can do the mockings as well. So these are the traits and example and resource types. And now I'm just going to use some libraries as well. So I just going to create a one new library here. So the folder as a library. Okay. Here in this library, I'm just going to create one new file. I'll specify the particular type as a library. Here, the basically the library we can use for we can pass like traits and we can use it resources methods. We can pass multiple things here. Accordingly, our requirement we can fetch it. So what is the requirement as per we can call it from libraries. So here in this library, so I can use these types. Okay, inside the types, I'm just going to give any type of that one. So for example, books. This is one. Here I can give this description as well as, or else I'll take directly properties. So I can give some name, mass. I can give the type of that one. Type string, I will use it. And now I can use some example. So required we can use it. So if we not use required, so it is mandatory. We can get it required. Required. True. Example mass. So some Ramansham. I'll I'll use it, maths professor. And I will use one more book, social. This is same. I can use some random data here. Instead of Ramanujan, I can use 10th class. I'll specify some data. Now what I'm going to do here, so I'll use one properties as a books and another properties schools. So here I will class with properties. For example, G1T government schools. So I will use type string required true, and as well as example I can use as ZPHs, just example. So now I can use it other data here to see it. Schools, private schools. So these are the data. So same type and example. I'm just going to copy and I'll paste it here. So for example, Sri Chaitanya. Okay, there is two properties I have used. So one is schools, another one is books. Now if I want to call schools or bus, so how can I reuse it for resource for main root file? So initially I need to create one of the libraries, so I can use it. Basically, if I want to use it, not libraries, uses keyword I have used it. So sorry, it is not users keyword, it's just only the users. Users. Oh my god, what is happens? Users. I'll use it users. So now inside the users, basically I will use test file like this as a keyword. Now I don't want to use any exclamatory for this libraries, right? So directly I'll copy and I'll paste that particular path. Yeah. Now I want to use this particular uses to any of use cases here. Suppose I can create one more here. So one more endpoint I can use it here. Suppose I can give the random employee data, students data, along with the colleges. So one small endpoint I'll create it here. So for this endpoint, basically first we need to understand here in the libraries what are the data it is carried. Only the uh, types. So the data types we can carry data types and fragments traits we can carry it. So now according to that, I'll use the get method. Not get is, it is a get method. So I'll take directly the responses and I'll use 200 body application JSON and let it be adjust this one. It's too well long, it's went. So now I'll use as a type and I can use that keyword as a, what is that keyword, test 5. So I can use test 5 dot I can use books or schools. So if I want to get books, I can use the books or else schools. So whatever based on my requirement, I can use it. So now let us check with here colleges. I'll try with this one. So 200 response, I got a success response. Now I'll use it instead of schools, I will use books. So books I'll select, then I'll check it here. So books, see, math, social. So I just got a books details here. So likewise, I can reuse these particular libraries. So according to my requirement, so libraries I can use that keyword as a uses and top above the endpoint I will use it. So I will use the one keyword. In this keyword, I will store enter the entire properties here. So then if I want to call this property, so I can use inside the type. So type I can use specify that books according to my requirement I will use it. So this is how libraries will use it. So we have done like libraries. We have done some of them data types, examples, libraries, resource types, and traits also we have done. And other one is like security schemas. It is there. So security schemas basically we can use for to get access to allow the request. So we will use security schemas here. There is several type of security schemas we can use it like basic authentication, digit authentication, and OAuth 1.0, OAuth 2.0, and X token we can use it. So let us take one security schemas. Let us check here the security schemas. So inside the security schemas, like I can create one more file here. So inside the file, I'll select that particular security schema. So in the security schema, I can use this many type of security schemas to allow the to allow our getting the access to retrieve the resources. So we can use it. So I will use OAuth 2.0 for example. Next, description, fetch data. So I'll describe it by, I'll use described. So I can use as a headers. Okay, I can describe it. Headers I will use the common name as a test one. It is a username we can consider as. So and example we can use as a test two. So here the properties also I can pass it. Type also I can use it. String, and here the requirement field also I can pass it. That is true, right? So this security schema, if I want to use inside my main root file in the RAML for API for my API specifications. So I just go into here and the root file uh, here I just use that security schemas. Sorry, it is not security schema. It is security schema. I'll take. So I'll use test 9 here, the keyword, and I'll use exclamatory include. So I'll use it, and here I'll use secured by. Here I can call test 9, that keyword. So let us check. I just got some errors. To remove these errors. So what is that error? Like so there is some syntax error. Just let me remove it and I'll redirect here. Security schemas. I'll use some basic keyword. Likewise, include. Okay, now I'll just keyword as a secured by. So here I will write as a data. I just need to pass these commands here about the end URL. So this is the end students data end URL. So here the security schemas I am just passing here. Okay. So for this case, so I just apply the security policies for this. So I don't need to pass anything here for method and above. So once I can use it, the security schemas here above the endpoint. So then I can able to use it here for the methods, all methods. It will be applicable for that. So now if I try for the post method, try it again. So let us check here. So here I just need to give the response as this password. So client ID, client secret access URL token, we can use it. We can pass username, password also along with here, or else I will use the OAuth, right? So I can use it in here. Postman. So in the Postman, I can use it for this. So what are the get method I have used? Mm, colleges. I can use this end URL. Mm, other security schemas. What is that? Test one, test two. I'll pass this parameter under. I'll pass this parameter under here. Headers. So test one, test two already I have added. So let me remove this one and get colleges. Let us check. See, now I got a proper response. Now I'll check with another one. So here another end URL for post method, students data. So I need to change the method here in this postman, right? So I'll use the postman post. So I can use it, students data. Now I just want to pass that particular data which are data is there. Post data types not RAML. So body, what are the data types? Data types dot RAML I have used name and address. These are the two things I need to post here. Under the body, these parameters I need to pass name Chaitanya and here address uh, Bangalore. I can use it here now. Let us check. So and already passing here in the here if you can see here header I have passed this particular credentials there. So let us check. See, successfully fetched 200 success response. I got it. So guys, likewise we can use multiple fragments here. So I can able to use same wise. Now I'm just using only auth. I can use basic authentication, resist authentication, and X token. I can use auth 1.0 as well as. So according to my requirement, I can use that particular security policies, security schemas for this particular RAML whenever we design point of view. So these are the things we have discussed about it and like data types, examples, libraries, resource types, and security schemas and traits. So this is the way we can create by using folder structure. So each folder we have a one type of fragment we have used in, and we can reuse it in the main root file. So now it is looks like code. The particular code length is very less. So now just on it, it is showing 32 lines. So if you're not using any like these kind of fragments, it is yeah, difficultly it is very difficult to understand the things, and it is taking lengthy more lengthy of this code. So like 200 300 lines. So it is like it is not clear visible and clear understand that what are the requirements we are going to pass. So we are identically good whenever we use the fragments, so it is a good approach. So thanks for watching.